Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome to the online meeting of Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. I'm pleased to be your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. In the online meeting environment, there are few instructions that we follow. The first, I request you all to rename yourself. All Toastmasters can prefix TM to your name and guests can prefix guest. I also request all the speakers and the role holders to prefix their role to their name so that it's easy to identify them. I gave you the 10 seconds for this activity. Thank you. All the speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. All right. I would request you not to type in the chat box when the speaker is speaking as it disturbs speaker. You can use the private chat to provide feedback. Fourth one, you are requested to keep your audio on mute in case you aren't speaking. Please refrain from unnecessary movements or sipping on drinks if your video is on. Please turn off the video in case you need to do so. I know it's in afternoon. You must be having your tea or coffee with you. Tea or coffee with not with only the chai and the biscuit. With the biscuit, but also it will be with the chakli. Please turn off your camera and enjoy your tea with the chakli. The fifth one is not to click on the share screen unless your speech or the role require you to do so. You can display hi-fi or namaste when taking over or leaving from the role. You can connect with a tech master for any technical glitch. The tech master for the today's meeting is Toastmaster Monica. If you are a speaker, then please ensure to pin timer and confirm the same. It is visible at all the times. This meeting is being recorded. In case you have any reservations, please let us know. You can network during the break and after the meeting. Sorry. Let me share the mission of our club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now it's time to welcome our presiding officer. I'd like to welcome the presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana, who is really brilliant and the beautiful. She's just not only the address to our club, also the binds the all together and grow and grow. So, so I welcome the presiding officer and hand over the session to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Monica, for that welcome, for that warm welcome and introduction. Good evening, all the Toastmasters. How was your day? Or how is Sunday treating you so far? Any answers? Any answers? I think it is good. It is always good when we have a meeting of Toastmasters because we all come together for one single purpose. And that single purpose is communication. How do we communicate with everyone, small, big, I mean, elderly person? How do we communicate with our office colleagues, with our social networking people, irrespective of age, and also our seniors and juniors? Let me tell you something about communication over here. Communication is the lifeline. I know we all need skill sets, no doubt about it. Skill set is actually the topic, but the lifeline is the way we will move forward. So it is important in any relationship. When we stop communicating, we start losing our valuable relationships. If you want to keep the relationships for lifetime, so always stay in touch, communicating regularly, because communication is the key to survival in today's world. Virtual communication, face-to-face communication, office communication, personal communication, communications with your relatives, especially with your spouse. All the married people know how difficult it is, to communicate what we are thinking. So here at Toastmasters, let us learn the art of communication. I would also like to tell you all what is going on currently at Toastmasters International. Do you know that we are all in the midst of area contest, and area M2 and M4 area contest is done with, international speech contest as well as evaluation speech contest. I just came to know from our general evaluator Toastmaster Avantika, who has bagged the area first prize of ESC, that D1 contest is also over. And as I speak, M2, M4 contests are on. Do you realize how big our organization is? And you are part of such a huge organization. We all feel that pride as we learn not just to communicate, but to be a part of a thriving organization that is pushing us forward on the path of leadership. I would also like to remind you, to all the members who are present here, all the new joiners, that we also have a Toastmaster magazine. And any one of you who like to write, any one of you who like to express yourself or communicate through the written word, don't forget. And yes, I will be sharing the link to be a writer at Toastmasters magazine. A good brief news on Toastmasters magazines, right? And as well as what Toastmasters does. But let me not hold you here. I think my Toastmaster of the day, Sherin, has brought with her the idea of never stop learning. Well, you know what, Sherin? I am already always learning if I am a Toastmaster. So what is there in that learning basket of yours? Toastmaster of the day, Sherin, who is a vivacious, wonderful, in-depth, creative person coming up with some wonderful posters as PR of my club, is here today to take us on the learning curve. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sherin.
Well said, President Kalpana. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and my dear guest. Welcome to the 81st meeting of Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning and are all geared up to an energetic meeting. The Toastmasters meeting is divided in 3 parts. It starts with a prepared speech, then we have the table topic session, and then we have the evaluation. So let me begin by calling my support team the tag team. For timer today, we have Kalpana, who is wearing 2 hats because one role for speakers community is not a challenge enough. So Kalpana, please introduce the timer role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Sherin. In Toastmasters platform, we ensure that you speak, but you speak whatever you have to say well within the time. So as a timer today, let me tell you what are the timings for the different segments that we have. I will begin by telling you the time taken for the table topic speakers. At 1 minute, green card will be raised. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow card will be raised. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card, of course. For today, we do not have an icebreaker speech. So let me come down to the normal speakers. Normal speakers or prepared speeches, 5 minutes, green card, 6 minutes, yellow card, 7 minutes, red card. I forgot to mention, and this applies to both table topics as well as this prepared speeches. You know what? 30 grace seconds are given after your time is over, but the red card will remain red. So be very careful to complete whatever you are saying within that 30 seconds, because post 30 seconds, you will be disqualified and there will be no warning system. There will be no card beyond red. Red is the final card. And let us see how much time is given to evaluators. At 2 minutes for evaluators, I'll be raising the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds is yellow cards. And at 3 minutes, I will be raising the red card. And yes, again, 30 seconds of grace period is given, but there will be no change in card. Beyond 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the person is disqualified. So stay well within time. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana. And when I asked Kalpana what she was learning new, she said she was struggling with social media and she's on a mission to learn social media and challenge all the young minds here, and she will be up to the mark on social media skills. Next, we have a grammarian who is performing this role for the first time, Toastmaster Aman. He is learning interpersonal skills because all successful people have good interpersonal skills. Toastmaster Aman, could you please switch on your video and introduce us to the role?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm grammarian of the day, and as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and I will take note of any incorrect usage of grammar as well as any good usage of words, quotes, or saying or thoughts. And as a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce a word of the day. So I'm going to share my screen. Uh, uh, can the host please allow me to share my screen? Uh,
Yeah, you want me to share help you share the screen?
yeah. So
Okay, I'll give you the sharing, right? Just give me a second, Emma, because our Toastmaster Monica is facing some technical snag at her end. I'll just help you.
okay, now I can.
You're able to, fantastic.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So word of the day is balter. So meaning of balter is to dance without particular art or skill, but with enjoyment. And origin of the word is Middle English baltere, means to roll or tumble. Usage of word: she likes to put music on and balter when no one is home. And the phrase of the day is learn the ropes, which means to learn how to do something. And usage of the phrase is once I learn the ropes at my new job, I won't be so nervous, and I'll be very good at work I do. So each speaker is encouraged to use a word of the day, and and I will give you the report as a grammarian when called upon by the general evaluator. So thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aman. And Toastmaster Kalpana did a balter when she heard our Toastmaster Kalpana did a balter when she heard our Toastmaster Seema was taking the R counter role. Toastmaster Seema is working with global clients and she wants to speak English with confidence. She is also learning Bhagavad Gita because she wants to grow spiritually. Toastmaster Seema, please introduce us to the.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest. The purpose of our counter is to note words and the sound that are used as a curse or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, includes and I will also note when as a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times and each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seema. And now favor me and close your eyes and imagine these words. Exam. Assignment. Big bulky books. Viva. Formal education was dreadful, right? According to Einstein, once you stop learning, you start dying. So today's theme, Never Stop Learning, speaks about how one should keep learning and how wonderful it is that no one can ever take it away from you. We all have already heard of so many quotes on learning. Today, I will not bore you with them. I'll instead give you 3 stories of magnificent humans. First one was Julia Child, an American who stepped in French soil in 1948 for the first time. She was in her late 30s and she didn't know how to cook. A single meal there forever changed Julia Child's life. It was a mild flesh fish served in a butter sauce. This unforgettable lunch inspired Julia to dedicate her life to learning and teaching the wonders of French cuisine. The next years, she spent her life in Paris and studying at a restaurant and working on a cookbook that became Mastering the Art of French Cooking. It sold about 1.5 million copies by around 2021. So what do we learn from here? That never stop learning even when you're 30. So now we have our prepared speeches. First speech is by Toastmaster Monica, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Avantika. She said she's now started learning Power BI. She started it because it was in her to-do list and it would add values to her portfolio. Toastmaster Avantika, please tell us the objective of the speech.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sherin. So my speaker for this evening is going to present her Level 2 Project 2 from the Pathway Innovative Planning. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. I wish the speaker good luck and timer kindly note the length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Sherin?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Avantika. Toastmaster Monica. Can the timer please share the cards?
Just give me a second.
Please let me know when you can see the cards.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a second, please. Yeah. Yeah, can you see the timer cards?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you are audible and visible. Toastmaster Monica is attempting her level 2 project 2 from innovative planning. Toastmaster Monica, Dakshin Kashi, Toastmaster Monica.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Have you ever visited to Dakshin Kashi?
Yes, I have.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. So let me represent you the Dakshin Kashi. Whenever the name is mentioned, the two things come into the mind. One is the Ambabai or the Mahalakshmi temple, who is one of the 3.5 Shaktipitas of Maharashtra. And the other one is Chhatrapati Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj Bhosle. The first of all, let me tell you the information about the city. The height of the city is 569 meters. That is the 1,867 feet from the sea level. The western Ghat of the Sahyadri are on the tops, and the climate there is mixed and mostly humid. The temperature ranges from the 33 degrees Celsius to the 38 degrees Celsius. In the rainy days, while rainfall goes, the ranges goes from 20 inches to 240 inches. So, let me tell you about the river. As the city comes, so rivers, so any famous rivers will be the coming. So the Panchaganga river is the main river flowing through this city. As I mentioned the river, you must of course have gotten that I'm talking about the Kolhapur city. Let me tell about the one special thing, that is the Rankala. There is the famous Rankala lake we can see today. Let me tell you about the history of Ambabai temple. Some historians say this temple has been built during the reigns of the Chalukya king between the 600 and 700 AD. The temple is built with the black stones of Hemanpanti style. Various festivals are celebrated throughout the years. Among them, the Sharad Navratri is one famous and the main festival goes on, which has been completed recently. And the old identity of Kolhapur. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm so sorry about the technical issues. uh, let me tell you about the history about the Kolhapur. I just told you about the history about the Ambabai temples, but there but this city is also known as the city of the ponds. Why? Because there are the many lakes like the Firangai, Kalikut, Kaliktirth, Lakshatirth, Kumbharmate, Mahartale, Siddhala, Rauneshwar. There are many such beautiful lakes were there. But with along with the growth and the passage of the times, these all the lakes were destroyed. But we can see the Rankala lake is today present. And many attractive things are over there, like the Rankala Lake as well as the Rankala Chopati, the many many tastes of the misal are available over there. With that, let me tell you about there is the historical building that is the Rajaram High School, the first place of the Shahu Maharaj, which is the place has been built with a fine combination of wood and stones. The shrine of the Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, the animals he has hunted, and some of his used items has been kept over there. The new palace, which is the Chhatrapati Shahaji Maharaj Museum, is over there. Many things has been kept over there. That is, the animals, birds, weapons, valuables has been seen. Has been stored there. The Kolhapuri chapel is famous all over the world, and it is available with different colors and the distinctive shapes. And we can notice the one thing about the Kolhapuri chapel. It sounds the gur, and that is the famous. That is the famous. This city is not just about this all beautiful history places, but also with the one ashram. That is the Siddhanagari ashram. We can visit there, and there we can see the culture groups of the daily life of the common man, and that includes the many affairs that has been shown through the cultures group. So thank you. This is all about the Kolhapur, the city which also known as the Dakshin Kashi. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica, for that wonderful speech. And next, we do not have a second speaker today, so we'll be moving on to the table topic session. Before we move on to the table topic sessions, has anyone of you ever heard of Vera Wang?
Could you repeat that, please? I think we missed it out.
Any of you ever heard of Vera Wang?
Vera Wang.
Okay, Toastmaster Paresh has. She is a wonderful designer from New York. She has so many shows and she is a beautiful designer. And to speak about her, Wang was an editor in Vogue magazine for 17 years. And then she lost out to Anna Wintour for the position of editor-in-chief, and she left Vogue. She then happened to get married. And at that time, she was around 40. She got married to a computer executive, Arthur Becker, and she was struggling to find a wedding gown that she liked. So her dad suggested this was a pain point and she could turn it to a business opportunity. Vera Wang was never a businesswoman. She was always an editor. She was working with content. And at the age of 40, she started learning how to do business. She opened a New York bridal shop and she debuted her own line of gowns. Vera Wang has just so many people like Kardashian to Michelle Obama and women all around the world say her wedding gowns are the best, which are about thousands of dollars. And what do we learn here? To never stop learning, even at the age of 40. Next, now we have a Toastmaster who has always been a great support and who has always provided guidance when our speakers community needed it. She is learning abstract painting as she always wanted to try it since a very long time, and she has recently started experimenting with it. Toastmaster Pratibha, we would love to see your abstract painting sometime. Toastmaster Pratibha, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sherin. Thank you for that warm welcome. And also, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you, Kalpana. The table topics is the segment of Toastmasters meeting, which is more exciting. And the thing is, this is the segment where we get a chance to challenge our impromptu skills, which is the first step in public speaking. As a table topic master, I would like to invite you all on the stage with few interesting theme-related or very open-ended questions, and which you will enjoy to make a speech, develop a speech, and present it here. Table topic session develops 4 types of skills. That is listening. Yes, I will be repeating the topic only twice, no more repetition. Listening, speaking, organizing, and thinking, because you have to do all these things within a period of span of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. May I request timer to give us the timing lines in detail for table topics? Yes, Kalpana, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, let me now brief you once again for the timings that one needs for the table topic rounds. For the table topic round, the green card will be shown at the lapse of 1 minute. 1 minute 30 seconds will bring on the green card, and at 2 minutes, I will be featuring the red card. I would like you all to know the grace period is 30 seconds and no card will be shown, but post 2 minutes 30 seconds, if your speech is longer than that, you have the chance of being disqualified. So be within the time frame. Over to you, topic master Pratibha.
Thank you, timer. And for table topics, it's 3 things. Number 1, you will be using word of the day. You will be using phrase of the day. And timing guidelines are already given. Now, to learn the ropes, what I will do is I'll invite the Toastmaster as my first speaker. And please note, you will be barter, but when you will be declared as a best table topic speaker. So be ready, and I think I will pick up the names instead of getting it on chat. Okay, so let's start with one. Opening batsman will be, yes, Paresh, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, ready.
Welcome. Toastmaster Paresh. One skill I learned, relearned, and unlearned. One skill I learned, relearn and unlearn, Toastmaster Paresh.
One skill which I learned, relearned, and unlearned is of staying silent. So staying silent is a very good way of communicating. Okay, so silence sometimes can be a very good communicator, where if you speak, it would be actually miscommunicating. But if you are quiet, the communication is done much more positively. And once the communication is done, then you are at peace. So this is one thing which I learned, that how I have to remain silent. So wherever I thought that in spite of speaking, things were not, if I speak something and the things were not being communicated properly, then I learned that I better remain silent on those moments. So that is one skill which I learned, that how to remain silent. But then what happened, that if I remain silent for a long time, then people started understanding that as a sort of a negativity. He's thinking that this person is not so capable, right? So then I said, no, that I have to change sometimes. If I always remain silent, then it is not the answer for every situation. So I learned the ropes there, and I did some bolter on my own. When I realized this new technique, which I said, no, that sometimes I have to be silent, but sometimes I have to unlearn also and speak for myself. So that is when I decided that if the other person thinks that I am weaker, getting weaker, and he's trying to take advantage of me, then I'm not going to remain silent. I'm going to speak my heart out. So this is where the skill of remaining silent I'd learned first, and then later on, when I realized what are the misgivings of that, in certain situations, I unlearned also by speaking it out. Thank you very much. Over to the Toastmaster Pratibha. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paresh. My next speaker is, I have to choose now. So, Pallavi. Hey, Pallavi. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Wow, thanks. Okay. Where, guest Pallavi, where there is no struggle, there is no strength. Where there is no struggle, no strength. Guest Pallavi.
So I have to speak on this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, definitely. Where there is no struggle, there is no pain. I would take an example from my life. I am a chartered accountant, and I studied for almost 4 years, logged day in and day out, cleared my exams. And now, and I used to crib all the time. I mean, like I on Diwalis, I used to study, and Christmas breaks, I used to study, work alongside. And later in life, when I started working, I got so much exposure in terms of work. I traveled almost half of the world with my work, and now I'm moving to London with all the hard work that I did. So I'm moving, and that was one of my dreams, and I'm able to fulfill all my dreams with all the hard work that I did. So without any struggle, there is no gain, basically. Thank you.
Thank you, Pallavi. Thank you, Pallavi. Anyone would like to volunteer? Chirag.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, welcome, Chirag. So
Thank
your
you.
topic for today is time and tide waits for none. Time and tide waits for none. Guest Chirag.
Oh, can you repeat the topic? Time and tide?
Waits for none.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Table Topic Master, for getting this topic. And time and tide waits for lunch. So my take on this topic is like in your daily routine. Imagine you are in your school days, you are young, back to your past. And you have a school in the afternoon, you are getting ready, your mom is preparing lunch for you. And you are busy playing, busy seeing the cartoon, which comes around 12, at the time before you leave for your school, when the school was ready for you. At that moment of the life, you have no tension about your future or your any major stuff like you have right now. Everything your mom does for you, she cooks for you, all you have to do eat. And it's a very stress-free life when we are young. At the time, you can say that everything waits for you and you have enough amount of time to do everything. But as you grow older and start relying on your own and be independent, all the vulture, that excitement you had when you were young for every little things goes away. And it's become difficult to survive. So you need to learn new things. So right now I'm studying in UK and I'm doing a job as a waitress. So I'm learning new culinary skills, and that helps me being independent. And all this process teaches everything, that time and tide, like time goes on its own way. You have to be ready and you cannot beat the time, but you can manage the time. That's what I can say about this topic. Thanks to an over to your Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Iraq. It was really interesting. And now I would like to invite Mohit or Love.
Hi everyone, the Mohit side.
Hi Mohit, welcome to Speakers Community. Okay.
Hello ma'am, thank you.
So your topic for the day is, which lesson did you learn in the life hard way? Which lesson did you learn in the life hard way? Guest Mohit.
The lesson that I've learned in the life is to stop cry over things. Like first of all, I was like, I don't have this, I don't have that thing. I'm not doing this in this career. I'm not achieving this type of things. I'm failing in my career. So at that time, I was very a crybaby. So, hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
Sorry, actually maybe there is some bandwidth issue at my place. That's why maybe my voice is lagging. Hello.
We can hear you, but please carry
We
on.
can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. So the thing that I've learned is just to stop cry over things, and to focus on one thing properly and with discipline. That's all. Hello.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I've learned.
So my next topic, medium difficulty level, will be for our president, Toastmaster Kalpana. Kalpana, are you ready? I know it will be difficult to
No, I
juggle
think
between two things.
I'll do it.
Topic for you is knowledge versus wisdom. Knowledge versus wisdom. Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that topic, knowledge versus wisdom. As I look back into the bag of knowledge that I carry today, I personally feel that knowledge that we get at the school and college is nothing but information about the how world has gone around, how world is moving around, and how the world has evolved from the Stone Age to the present day age. That's knowledge. So what is wisdom? What is wisdom is something I learned from my grandfather. Do you know my grandfather? He had hardly passed second standard. But that man went on to learn and gain knowledge through the alphabets that were given to him. And these alphabets, he put it into words. He not only learned his own language, that is Gujarati, the mother tongue, he went on to learn English and spoke flawless English. No MBA was needed for him to start a business. He launched a business with his wisdom, learned the ropes, and actually danced a Baltic dance when he was successful. And we all emulated that Baltic dance and realized knowledge is to be used so that we become wiser. Not only do we become wiser, but we also uphold the power of knowledge and pass it on, because written word, documented words are really, really important for each and every one of us. Dear Toastmasters, don't you all agree? Don't you think that without wisdom, knowledge is useless? We all wait for an MBA to start a business. We are so scared, we are so afraid to do anything because deep inside we lack that particular strength which comes in the shape and form of a wisdom to go ahead. Yes, knowledge versus wisdom. Wisdom is what I'll choose. Over to you.
Thank you, Kalpana. Next speaker is Toastmaster Anjali. Anjali, are you ready? Toastmaster Anjali. Love. Whoever would like to attempt, please let's on your video and start.
I think we have Rashmi Bagri here as a guest. Perhaps Rashmi, would you like to take up this chance? Rashmi, are you still there? Could someone just check the participants list and tell me if Rashmi is still there?
Yeah, so let's, okay, so this will be now my final, no, Seema also I will give one chance.
All right.
Seema and then Avantika. Okay, so Seema, for you the topic is find a way, not excuse. Toastmaster Seema, find a way, not excuse.
It's for me.
Yes, Seema, it's for you.
Okay. So definitely it's very important. We people are always giving excuse to for things, but we always need to find a solution for it, because we always talk about the problems, never we talk about solution. If we talk about marriage, also in marriage we are also complaining for each another, you are doing this, you are doing that, but we're not finding a solution what we can do better, like how we can support each another. So definitely this is very important, that we should always talk about solution, not on the problem. So thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Pratibha.
Thank you. Thanks. Toastmaster Monica, would you like to attempt?
Yes.
Toastmaster Monica, topic for you is every moment is a fresh beginning. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratibha. Yes, every moment is a fresh beginning. Doesn't matter when how many times you have failed. Just count on how many steps you are attempting it. One day you will succeed. So that is the thing, the one moment that you will not be failed. You will succeed one day. So just give your best each and every day, and the think about the positivity. You know what happens? People get distracted if something is not happened, or however they have planned or how they are going, and like the smoke in the air, something come into in front of you, and you never see the target you have decided. So just don't focus on that smoke. Just keep mind, just think just think about that there is a one target, and start your path to go ahead step by step. You will one day reach to that target. So likewise, the one step is matter, and you will go to the that target. So that is, thank you. Over to table topic master.
You're on mute, Toastmaster Pratika.
Yeah, Toastmaster Avantika.
Yes.
Avantika, the topic for you today is fear is a friend dressed like enemy. Fear is a friend dressed like enemy. Toastmaster Avantika.
It's Diwali. Here are the crackers for you, my daughter. My father used to say to my elder sister, and not me. Why not me? Because I always feared them. I was the safekeeper of all her cracker boxes, only to safeguard them from the other apartment children who would come and ask me, "Can I take one of the cracker, please?" And I would sternly say, "Oh no, do not touch. I am here to protect all of them." The fear of me of not bursting crackers or not even lighting a matchstick stayed for almost 10 years. The fear of crackers has still not gone. Yes, I don't light any cracker on the but the fear of matchstick has just relieved. My mom was quite surprised, just as a few weeks before I had lit the first matchstick of my life. While the fear stays with us, it's not just fear as I understood. It's just what we think about an object. And as we do that, I hope and see and look forward to life in a different perspective now. To things that I used to fear about, let's say to study or to reach out to someone unknown, is now very different for me. I feel a few hesitations, but only to think about myself, to check upon myself. What's wrong? What's really causing that fear? And is it really something to fear about? And just this one question, a few moments later, is how I've come out of my fear. And as I say this, I hope my fear of cracker also goes away someday. Thank you, and back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Avantika. That was really interesting. And with this, we come to an end to this session. I enjoyed your unrehearsed questions and learning opportunity. Hope you also have enjoyed just like me. With this, I would like to invite our timer, Toastmaster Kalpana, for the timing report. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratibha. Here are the timing reports. Toastmaster Paresh took 2 minutes. Toastmaster Palvi took 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Chirag took 2 minutes. Toastmaster Mohit took 54 seconds. Toastmaster Kalpana took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Seema took 40 seconds. Toastmaster Monica took 1 minute 36 seconds. And Toastmaster Avantika took 2 minutes 10 seconds. I think Toastmaster Seema and Toastmaster Mohit, who took less than 1 minute, are not qualified for the vote. Thank you. Thank you. That's the Toastmasters report. Hello, can you hear me?
You're on mute.
Yeah.
Have you heard the report?
Oh, yeah. Kalpana, there will be poll for the Toastmaster best table topic speaker.
Yes, there will be poll, and our SA Toastmaster Monica will be launching the poll for the best table topic speaker.
Toastmaster Monica, can you launch it before the evaluators report, general evaluators report?
Yes, sure.
Okay. With this, I would like to give back control to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sherin. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratibha, for that wonderful table topic session. And now for the last third story. This story is about Grandma Moses. Anna Marie married in 1887. She had 10 children and worked as a farm wife and a mother. She disliked spending time knitting and sewing, but she liked needlework. So she made pictures and portrayed colorful pictures of the farm scenes that were there when she worked in the farm. At the age of 78, she had arthritis and she couldn't do knitting anymore, the needlework anymore. So her friend suggested that she start using paint to paint her pictures. So Grandma Moses started work, and with whatever materials that were at hand, she used paint, leftover canvas, wood, and as a self-taught artist, she had very less concern about perspective and proportion. A New York collector, Lewis, chanced upon Moses's work and helped her begin exhibiting professionally. She gained the nickname Grandma Moses from a reviewer at New York Times. Her painting became immensely popular and she was appreciated for its nostalgic charm. And all that at the age of 80. And what do we learn from it? To never stop learning even when you're 80. At the end, all I want to say is we all joined Toastmasters with an aim of learning something. Our journey is our own. The struggles is our own. The lessons that come out of it is also our own. Toastmasters who have joined earlier with a fear of speaking, with low confidence, have now blossomed to become public speaking coaches. Some are even stand-up comedians. Everyone here at the age of 18, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's never stop learning because home, a job, and other chores will always be for someone else. But learning is for only ourselves. So Toastmasters, I assume you learned a lot from this experience and from all the experienced Toastmasters and from the new Toastmasters. And never stop learning. With that, I call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Avantika, to start the evaluation session.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Sherin, for giving this opportunity of being the general evaluator at your meeting today. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and the future Toastmasters. I hope you have had a wonderful bunch of learnings until now in this meeting this evening. And while we haven't yet completed the day, I would share a few more learnings as we proceed to the yet another very exciting section of any Toastmasters meeting, which is the general evaluation segment. And as I talk about general evaluation, let me just give you a brief as to what I am referring to. So general evaluation is the segment wherein we evaluate the entire sections of the meetings that have been conducted. And also it is the section wherein the evaluators present their evaluations of the prepared speakers for the evening. And as I open up this segment, I would like to call upon the three very important pillars who have helped listen carefully, learn from all that was said throughout the meeting, and jot down some very important points for us to improve for our next time. So hereupon, I call upon the first role player, the timer, to Toastmaster Kalpana, to please present her timing report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Avantika. The timing report for the table topic round has already been presented. We only had one speaker, and the speaker, Monica, took 7 minutes, 35 seconds to complete her speech. This is adding her technical glitch. So if we remove the technical glitch, she took 7 minutes, 27 seconds to complete her speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kalpana. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Aman to please present the grammarian report for the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amantika. Now I'm going to present you my report. So there are many good uses of words, and every speaker have used the word of the day properly, and so incorrect phrases which some of our speaker have used are many tests. So many tests, it will be many tests, and also there is wherever I thought, so it will be whenever I thought, and also there are good usage of word which I observed. It's also pinpoint. So pinpoint is a good word which means precise, and safekeeper, it means preserving in safety, and also last but not the least, never stop learning. It's also a good phrase. Thank you, and over to you, Avantika, Toastmaster Avantika.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Aman, for that detailed grammarian report. I would like to next call upon the R counter for this evening, Toastmaster Seema, to please present the R counter report to us.
Hello. So I'm presenting first time this report. I'm little confused. Should I say only about speaker or all of the participant?
All of the participants, if you have noted the observations, please.
Okay, so first I have with Toastmaster Monica. She said plus 5 times and repeat few words, which is also 5 times plus 5 times. Other than I have Aman. Aman also did same thing, 5 plus 5 times. And I have Paresh. Paresh is he did 2 times. Pallavi 4 times and Chirag also 5 times. So that is my report. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Seema. First time, greatly done. Thank you so much. All right, so with that, we will next have the evaluation of the prepared speeches. But before we move to that, I would like to once again call upon the timer, Toastmaster Kalpana, to please present the timing guidelines for the evaluation segment.
Yes, let me again present the timing guidelines for evaluation, general evaluator. The total time is actually the 3 minutes. You will be shown green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kalpana. Moving now to our speaker. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. It is now my role as an evaluator to our speaker of this evening, Toastmaster Monica. Dakshin Disha, have you been to Dakshin Kashi? Asked Monica. What a beautiful explanation about this quaint city in Maharashtra, in the state that we are living by. Thank you, Monica, for getting together all those beautiful facets of just not its geography, but about the unexplored places like the Ambabai temple, the rivers within the city of Kolhapur, the Dankala lake that you talked about, and not just that. As you kept talking about the places to visit, I was just into my hungry zone as you brought in the flavor of the misal pav right in front of our eyes. And reminisced me to think about my favorite footwear, the Kolhapuri chappal, as you brought out that sound of kar and kar. I could resonate to how brilliant that footwear is. As you took us all through the journey, I was fascinated with the calmness that you carried all your time. I saw that there was some technical glitch that you faced, but being a speaker, being a responsible speaker within a meeting that's being attended by more than 10 people, I applaud you for the entire calmness that you held till the end, keeping the momentum as a speaker alive to continue with the same spirit as you had begun. Commendable job there. And as we proceed to think about our next speech, I would like to highlight a few areas that maybe you can work upon as you attempt your next one. The first question you asked was, have you been to Dakshin Kashi? Somebody had an answer with a yes or a no. While there was a silent pause for a few seconds, people started unmuting themselves to call out a yes or a no. It's always advisable as a speaker for us to also guide the audience as to how they have to respond. I think few of them had raised the hand, few of them had just nodded. Had we been very clear as a speaker how we are expecting the response, that quiet silence could have been avoided. That's the first point that maybe you can think about when you attempt the next time. The second, the most important one was the numbers as you talked about. You talked about the height, the feet that you were at. It's okay. As speaker, every one of us makes mistake. If you have missed out on the number, leave that up. Go ahead, because people are not really very sure as to how many feet above the island or the city lies. As you go ahead, Monica, to attempt your next speech, I wish you the best, but just keep in point, 2 points again. Allow the audience to be clear how they have to be participating. Second, do not worry about the content and go on. I wish you the best for your next speech. Thank you. Can I invite Toastmaster Kalpana to please present my timing report for this segment next?
Sure. The time taken by, can you hear me?
Yes.
The time taken by evaluator Avantika has been 3 minutes 21 seconds. 3 minutes 21 seconds, well within the time zone.
Thank you very much. All right, so if you are bored a little by hearing me for continuously few minutes now, I am here for the last part. And I hope you are happy about that. As I proceed next to talk to you about how the meeting overall has been as a general evaluator, let me first applaud you all for having another successful meeting at the Speakers Community Club. A great applause to each one of you for taking the efforts and bringing together such an organized forum full of information, full of energy, full of encouragement to each and every participant that has been part of this evening's meeting today. Thank you for taking that spirit up into your learning journey. All right, so we began sharp at 4 p.m. And I was so happy to see that we were so punctual, as the first message that I saw over the chat was, it's 4 and we are good to begin. That's the best part of any of the Toastmasters meeting. We love to be on time. I was again happy when the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Monica, opened up the meeting room well ahead of time and saw to it that each of the members, each of the participants, as they entered the room, she had herself renamed each one of us as per our roles. Thank you, Monica, for taking up that responsibility to rename everybody and not really keep the others blank as to what role the member were playing. Thank you so much. And just not that, another big applause for being so attentive. Did you see, as we started the meeting, Toastmaster Kalpana had just the role of PO mentioned against her name. But as she transitioned into her next role of timer, Toastmaster Monica was all up to be attentive, be there to change her role, not just from the presiding officer, but also to include the title of the timer into her name. Kudos to that, Toastmaster Monica. A great role played this evening. While you continue to lay down the club mission and the ground rules to be followed by each one of us so very well, I have just a small advice for you as we are into the online forum, the online setup. It's very important for us to, as a Toastmasters, as a meeting participant, to keep that engagement going throughout our speech. While we all were happy to see so many faces turning all their videos on and continue to be there on screen throughout the meetings, you can also maybe advise everybody to be open to use all the reaction options that we have, right? It keeps the engagement levels a little more up. Remind everybody to use those emoticons so that they can express all of their expressions, and even the speakers feels good after receiving so many reactions on the screen. Yeah, just a small advice that we can continue if we are having our next meetings online. Amazing work. Thank you once again. Moving ahead to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana. Multiple hats for this evening indeed, and so very well played. All the calmness that you upheld, all the messages that you brought in, all the information that you held up for each and every participant to talk to them about Toastmasters as a platform, to inform them about what's going on in the Toastmasters fraternity, to tell them what they can expect and go on to after being a part of this amazing community. A role well played. Hats off to you for taking up those multiple hats throughout the meetings and still keeping it so smooth. Just a few more maybe points for you, Toastmaster Kalpana. As being the presiding officer, as you started to set up the tone of the meeting, I wished you could also set up the tone of the applause. It's very important for us that as Toastmasters, we hand over the podium to one another. And in this online platform, it's very well done by the way of applause, so that people know, so that people understand that there has been a change, a handover being made, and it kind of attracts the audience's attention if at all they are distracted. Yeah. So as we set the tone for the presiding officer, if it was not started at the beginning, let us remember to do that and set the tone for the next future segments that's coming in the meeting. Again, Another small note maybe, if we do have guests in the meeting, it's very much necessary for us to invite them at the start. Let them have an introduction done. Let them also have their icebreaker made, and let them also feel a little more welcomed into the meeting. Yes, I'm sure with this expression, I understand that it was just missed for this evening, but yes, a point very important within the Toastmasters meeting anytime. Moving ahead to your role of the timer, well played, script to the point. Another couple of points to note there maybe. As you narrate your role, you talk about the cards that you would be displaying during the minimum qualifying time and the maximum qualifying time. Try and see that you can show the card right during the script. It helps people to understand what kind of cards they are going to see in the segments next. Yeah. And as we start over with our first part of the timer script, it's also advisable that we restrict it only to say that we are going to be showing these 3 cards and not mention about the table topics and evaluations, because people may not remember until the segment comes up. There's still some time, right? The Toastmaster of the day may call up the timer again and again for the next few segments to proceed with the guidelines. So it's advisable that we restrict only for the introduction of the timer role at the beginning. All right, that was for, all for Toastmaster Kalpana this evening. Next, moving on to Toastmaster Aman. I heard at the start of the meeting, just before the meeting, that you were a very new member into the Toastmaster community. And I did not feel so. I really did not feel so. I think every role, that every expectation that a grammarian has to be meeting in the role, you have met them all. Starting with the choice of appropriate word of the day, appropriate phrase of the day, brilliantly done, a very easy word for everybody to incorporate. And that's how we saw that most of the speakers this evening did use the word. They tried to make use of the phrase as well. So commendable job there. And as you went on to present your report for this evening, it is great that you followed the pattern that is expected. Begin with telling or calling out the members who use the word of the day. So that was well done. You also talked about the good points, the good words that you heard all throughout the meeting. And you went on to mention what can be rectified by the members in their future presentations. So a job well done, Toastmaster Aman. Commendable job there. Just that one small suggestion, if I can make, again, to have a little more engagement into the online atmosphere, as somebody uses the word of the day, as somebody uses the phrase of the day, you can ask the audience to react at the same time using the emoticons. So that will also make the audience keep their ears open to listen to the members, right? We will know who is actually listening, who is actually paying attention. So it really brings joy even to the speaker that everybody is realizing that I'm making use of the word. Yeah. So just one small suggestion maybe to have a little more engagement between the speaker and the audience in this online forum. So again, a huge round of applause, and I wish you great luck for your next roles in the upcoming meetings. Coming next to Toastmaster Seema, the R counter for this evening. Brilliant job done. Up to the point narration of the script of the role. A few, like just one takeaway maybe that I have for you. As you mentioned that a few of the Toastmasters used or repeated some of the words. It is advisable that we tell them which was the word that they repeated. Which was the phrase did they end up repeating? Because I, as a person, may not understand. Subconsciously, I may be repeating a word. But as the R counter, if somebody is letting me know about it, it helps me become a little more conscious the next time I speak something. Yeah. So it's important for us to also make a note of the words they are using. and inform it to the speaker. Otherwise, great job done. Great listening skill. You were really able to note down the number of times each one of us repeated as ours and the ums. So brilliantly done again. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to have such a great tag team into this meeting. Well played roles overall. Coming to next very two important role players, the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sherin. Amazing theme. Keep the learning on. Never say no to learning. People always think that learning is equivalent to boring. But your script today was really in contradiction to their thoughts. All the beautiful examples that you brought up were just not theoretical, but actually that happened in people's life. So very amazing way to present a theme that people generally tend to think that it's going to be boring again. Amazingly scripted. That good smile on your face kept up all our energy throughout the meeting. Carry that always. Carry that always, I'm telling you. Viva, exams, assignments, never stop learning. The activity that you began with, I think everybody was already into the zone. They started thinking about their old past days. But then you brought them to say that it was not just then that you had to think about assignments and learning, but the learning is still on. At whatever age you may be, the learning is still on. So beautiful way of getting people think about like entering into nostalgia and then getting them back into the world of reality. A beautiful combination that you began with. A big applause for you there. Also, the best thing that you did was you continued to check with each of the role players with a consistent question on what has been their recent learning and what brought them up. So this tells that you have already planned your way of flow of thoughts throughout the session. And whenever the Toastmaster of the day is planned and organized, half of the meeting is planned and organized. Like half of the tensions of everybody is gone. And you really did that. But just one thing that I think you could have like improved a little was when you asked the question about Vera Wang, and Toastmaster Paresh did say that he knew the answer. I wish you could have given him an opportunity to answer, because that's the way we do, right? Within Toastmaster, the circle is such that we encourage everybody to speak. Any opportunity you think that you are able to interact a little more, a one time more, allow them to speak. So I think again that was not intentionally done, but unintentionally you missed out to say that, yes, Toastmaster Paresh, please let us know, how do you know about Vera Wang? So yes, just a small point, a little more attentiveness as we take up the role next time. Otherwise, greatly done. And I hope to see many more creative themes ahead. And I know now like how planned you are. So I hope that you take up the same format in your future meetings as well. Wishing you great luck there. Coming lastly to our experienced table topic master, Toastmaster Pratibha. I don't think I have anything to say about your expertise within table topics. You just make everybody feel so comfortable that anybody or everybody within a meeting thinks that, yeah, this is something that's not really scary, right? Otherwise, our earlier pitches used to be table topic master is somebody who people fear from. But I think you just contradict to that statement. And you do that by breaking the ice in a very sequential way. As you began to tell us all what table topic means, it was very generous of you to also tell all the guests that it's not going to be something that we want you to be perfect about. Just share your thoughts, and that's all we want to know within that time limit of 1 to 2 minutes. And I think that made a room for everybody to say and to think that yes, it's a chance for us to speak. And that great balance of calling both Toastmasters and guests and Toastmasters again, only to let the guest think once more that is it now the time that you may want to participate. So this is the way we just get people out of their fear. And I think that's the expertise that every one of us could take away from you this evening. So thank you, Toastmaster Pratibha, for being that great table topic master this evening. And once again, bringing your expertise to all of us to learn once more. And with that, I think I would here want to end my general evaluation note, congratulating each and every role player for this evening for playing their role exceptionally well. And all the best for the next roles that you take up within Toastmasters. Thank you, and back over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sherin.
Thank you, General Evaluator Avantika. That was a wonderful, insightful evaluation that we have received, and we will incorporate most of them in our meetings ahead. With that, I call upon our President, Toastmaster Kalpana, to take it ahead.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Sherin. It was a wonderful, wonderful meet. And I too would personally like to thank Toastmaster Avantika for an insightful as well as helpful to us to improvise on our future meeting tips. Thank you so much. It is now that time of the meeting where we are all looking forward for our poll results and also launching of the polls. May I request my Sa, Monica, to kindly launch is the table topic polls. Is it done, Monica?
No, it is not.
Kindly launch the polls, please.
Please vote, everyone.
Requesting each and every one of you all to vote. Thank you. We will now move on to the next poll of best role player. Good. We will now be moving on. Yes, the best role player bit, that is the exemplary role player. We are moving on to auxiliary role player. Since we had only one speaker today, there will be no polls for the best speaker. With this, we end our polls, and let me now announce the results. Are the certificates, as soon as the certificates are ready, Toastmaster Monica, give me a heads up.
Ready.
They are ready? Fantastic. We begin with the best table topic master today. Could you just share your screen, Avantik? I'm sorry, Monica. All right, the best table topics goes to Toastmaster Avantika. A huge round of applause and congratulations. I want each one of you all to react with the emoticons as we are just
Thank you so much, everybody. Was a great pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We are moving on now to the big three, that is the best role player. Again, the best role player goes to Toastmaster Avantika. A huge round of applause to Toastmaster Avantika. Please capture the moment, dear sir.
Thank you once again, everybody. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Our next role player, that is the auxiliary role player, goes to none other than Toastmaster Aman. Congratulations, Toastmaster Aman. Kindly highlight Toastmaster Aman, dear Zoom master, and let us have a moment.
Thank you so
Toastmaster,
much.
just a second. Let me pin you. I think that she's facing some technical snag. Yes. Can you take a picture, please? Zoom master?
Yes, it is done.
It's done. Thank you so much. Since we have no speaker, with this we end the polls. I would really like to thank each and every one of you for this successful meeting. And yes, dear guests, don't go away. And my dear fellow Toastmasters, stay 5 minutes while I try to rectify what I had overlooked. Let me ask each and every one of the guests. Here on my screen is first Mehlaval. Love Mehlaval. How are you? I think I'm going to see you after a very long time. Could you just highlight Love Mehlaval, please? Monica? Monica, are you there? All right, let me highlight him. Just
Couldn't highlight him, but I have pinned him.
You have pinned him? All right, I couldn't see him. Fine, just a second. Thank you so much. Could you switch on your video, please, love? Could you just switch on your video? Are you there? Are you there? Mehlaval, are you there? All right, let me move on to Mohit. Mohit?
Hello, ma'am. It was a great session and it's nice to meet you after so long.
Yeah, you need to switch on your video. I can't see you. I know we're meeting up. He was my student at Ansel University.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have just roped him in today. So how did you find the session? Tell us a little about yourself. What are you doing now?
It was a fruitful session. I've learned many things and I will improve on that part and fill that gap.
All right, you can join us actually because this is a learning platform, and Aman, who is also a student as well as looking forward to his professional life, has taken this platform rather, so that he can be a better leader where his professional life is concerned. So just if you need any details as to how to join and how you can be a part of Toastmasters and part of the learning curve, please contact us and let us know. You can always message me personally too.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Happy to, just brief you over about it.
Sure, ma'am, I'll do. And just I want to share the painting that I made. I guess it's
fantastic. I think yes. Could you just switch on your video, please?
My video is on, I guess.
Your video is on. I think I'll need to unpin Love Mehlaval over here. And yeah. All right, Mohit, please do that.
So it's for all the guys in the Toastmasters session. There's a one team and one dream.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mohit.
My pleasure, ma'am.
Mohit, we just don't want you to have the word spoken words. You have painted with colors, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's I painted this with colors, with different colors.
Now we like to see the painting with the words, visual paint. I mean the written word paintings. Even the color, the words are colorful.
It's just so like it's just like one team and the one dream.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful painting with us. May I ask, I don't know who this 1085 is, since there is no name. Can I ask you to unmute yourself and yes, can I ask you to unmute yourself? Are you there? All right. What about Redmi 10 Prime? Are you there?
Hello.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Is that you, Pallavi, by any chance? What's your name, please?
My name is Mitali Solanki.
Okay, Mitali. I just read me and I didn't. Mitali is our new member. Please welcome her with a round of applause. She joined us last week and she belongs to Speakers Community Toastmasters Club. Tell me, Mitali, how did you find this particular meeting? Did you enjoy the meeting, Mitali?
Yes.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to now have you be taking up roles and participate and begin your learning journey. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I mean, yeah, really thank you because I think it has given you an insight. Let me ask Toastmaster Paresh. Toastmaster Paresh.
This is excellently conducted meeting, and I mean the way it was evaluated by Avantika also, it shows, it tells everything in detail, and she is such a avid listener, and she's so attentive during the entire program. I think she did not miss anything in the entire program.
No, she didn't.
I think that is the highlight of this program. This meeting is conducted very well. Toastmaster of the day and all other Toastmaster role players, you have done very well. Excellent job. So once again, congratulations to the entire team who so you invited me here, and a very nicely arranged meeting. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure attending here.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure having you also here. Thank you for coming. Toastmaster Pratibha, I know I have kept you to the last, but I think the dessert is always had in the end.
Yeah, thank you, Kalpana, and thank you all. Thank you all for actually implementing my invitation for this meeting. To Paresh and even Shubhra also wanted to join. And welcome, Mitali. I really liked the meeting today. The theme was very interesting. And
Yes.
the moment it started, it had that feeling, you know, and a very structured meeting. I really liked it.
Thank you. I
And
think
also it started on time, ending on time, and everything is thing. Now I request you all to please suggest all your friends to join this meeting as a guest on every Sunday. Right, Kalpana? Sunday.
I agree with you, Pratibha.
Right?
I agree with you because the more the merrier, you know,
Yeah.
and since
I
it's a
request you
learning platform.
all guests to suggest 2 or 3 friends, your friends, to attend as a guest. Let them decide whether it is serving for their public speaking goals or not. We have to give a chance to all. And yes, Toastmasters experience will make you to relearn, read, and not only that, to give the results also. Keep it on. Congratulations, speakers community. You are on this platform also. You are shining. Keep it on. Over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you so much, Pratibha. With a huge round of applause, let us all applaud for all the guests for taking out time to attend this meeting. I would also like to applaud all the role players to helping us have a stupendous meeting. And all my members, thanks to you as always. Thank you for being here, all of you. With this, I declare the 81 meeting as closed.